Okay, now I will explain about our abstract. As we all know, our abstract is about the research of comparison between sukuk and bond and the development of sukuk. Our research goal is to observational examine the basic, financial, developmental and institutional and macroeconomic determinant of sukuk advertised improvement. For the improvement of sukuk, this is important because sukuk is a product to replace bond, and Muslim population in the world is much bigger. So to be sure, bigger financial size, higher extent of Muslim in the populace, better speculation profile and lower development are related with bigger sukuk market. So we have to make sure that sukuk can compete with the bond market so that Muslim can be more better in the future.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To our lecturer Dr. Habibur Rahman. Okay, today we want to present about our proposal. The title is Comparison between Bond and Sukuk and the Development of Sukuk. Okay, let's go to the first point. What is bond? Bond is a debt tool whereby the lender owes a loan to the holder and is entitled to pay interest on them or pay back the principal at a future date called the maturity date. Interest is typically due at fixed interval. The bond is sometimes negotiable that it is may pass ownership of the asset in the secondary market. Okay, there are a few types of bond. The first one is government bond, and the second one is municipal bond, the third one is corporate bond, and the last one is agency bond. Okay, then let's go to sukuk. What is sukuk? Sukuk is an Arabic word. The root word for sukuk is sak, representing Islamic financial certificate or payment contract identical to Western financial bond but meet the Sharia requirement. Sukuk was reported as investment tool awarding capital by way of floating certificate as evidence of stock ownership on the basis of share of equivalent interest. Report in the name of the purchaser as shareholder in venture capital share or whatever type they take on their asset. Okay, then let's go to the type of sukuk. Okay, the first sukuk is istisna sukuk. The second is sukuk as-salam. The third is sukuk al-ijarah. The fourth is sukuk al-mudarabah. The fifth is sukuk al-musyarakah, and the last one is sukuk al-murabah. Okay, then let's go to our next presenter.
Research objective. The primary objective of this study is to study the comparison of conventional bond and sukuk. Besides that, getting know the development of sukuk and the risks that appear in sukuk transaction. First, general objective. To investigate in detail of the comparison of conventional bond and sukuk that chose by people. In other hand, investigate the development of sukuk and figure out the credit risks that appear in sukuk transaction. And then, specific objective. To compare between the conventional bond and sukuk, to investigate the development of sukuk in generally, to investigate the development of sukuk in Malaysia, to investigate the credit risks that appear in sukuk transaction, to measuring the credit risks that appear in sukuk, to investigate and on hedging credit risks that appear in sukuk. And then let's look to the research question. Do conventional bond and sukuk have differences? Do sukuk generally have any development? Do sukuk in Malaysia have any development? Does credit risk appear in sukuk transaction? Does credit risk that appear in sukuk can be measured? And last, does any hedging on credit risk that can be appeared in sukuk?
So next, I will go to the next chapter, that's literature review. In this context, we will cover about the comparison between the sukuk and conventional bond that have a few different points between them. There are 6 points to be highlighted in comparison between sukuk and bond, which is asset ownership, investment criteria, and we also cover from aspect of issue unit and issue of price between them. Other than that, investment reward and risk, and lastly is effect of cost between of Sukuk and conventional bond. Next point in this chapter is cover about the development of Sukuk from the beginning until now. That has been improved very well. Other than that, we also cover about the development of grow up of Sukuk in Malaysia. In addition, we also cover about the issue of credit risk in the Sukuk. Lastly, we do the cover on and study on measuring the credit risk, hedging the credit risk, and monitoring the credit risk. That's all from me.
For the next chapter, which is methodology, the chapter discusses the option of analytical approach used for comparing information and theory to concluded, including data selection. Both quantitative and qualitative methods are considered when deciding on a suitable methodology for the study. This research paper will use coursebook, widely cited scholarly publication, guidelines and rules from the internationally recognized Islamic financial authorities and national financial authorities. Therefore, the empirical data is publication related to the topic of conventional bond and Sukuk. As summary, Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institution (AWFI) is one of the international financial organization that will be used as the primary source, since comprised of 200 members from 40 countries including central bank and Islamic financial institution. Guideline and publication from Islamic countries that have significant market for Sukuk will also be used as the source for the data. So that is some method that we use in this research paper.
For the conclusions, we have seen nowadays that business and financial product rise and fast development. So to compete with the others, Sukuk development are very authentications. These instruments seem to furnish government and partnership with an elective wellspring of financing that is agreeable with Sharia standards.